Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about my first emergency landing. So it's not exactly my first emergency landing, things have happened before that too, and it wasn't exactly an emergency landing.
But it was my first proper experience with an actual emergency, and thankfully I am safe and fine, and all of us are safe and fine still here. And it's been years since that has happened, but I thought, why not share it with you?
Okay, so this took place, I think, almost 2 years back, a little more than that.
The biggest thing that can happen in a cruise life is not even a proper emergency, okay? So even something leading up to an emergency, like we have certain commands that we get from the captains and all of that. So even one of that command, if it suddenly comes up from somewhere, even one sign or warning you see, your whole system just goes like, what am I supposed to do? So
we have 4 positions on our aircrafts at that time. So we have L1, that's our senior who heads the flight. R1, that is in the front with the senior. There are 2 crew at the back, that's L4, R4 respectively on your aircraft types. So that day I was R1 with my senior in the front, and we had all been pulled out from standby and all of that. It wasn't a planned flight basically. All of us were so exhausted because obviously we didn't plan on having a flight today, right? And all of us were just like, it's okay, just finish it and go home. And we had the worst sector possible, okay? So the worst sector you can do in this company is Srinagar, Ranchi. So you go from Delhi to Srinagar, back to Delhi, and then Delhi, Ranchi, Ranchi, Delhi. Okay, so it's a 4-sector flight and your whole day goes in that, and it is so hectic. Like, you don't get time to breathe, drink water, nothing, okay? It is a terrible flight.
our rostering team, don't even get me started. Anyways, so they pulled me out for Srinagar Ranchi for 4 days back to back. Okay, so we have different timings for that pattern. Okay, so first 2 days to the same time, next 2 days a little later because I wouldn't get the minimum rest and all that shit. 4 days, Srinagar Ranchi.
So it was my second day of Srinagar Ranchi. Okay, the day before that was also terrible and all of that drama, and we call this sector a cursed sector. So something or the other has to happen in the sector, has to happen. So even that day, I was already done doing Srinagar Ranchi the day before, and then today I'm it's okay. So it was, we were all friends itself. We all knew each other really well. So it was a peaceful flight. My crew was nice, everything nice. We get it done. Captain. But so a captain, very experienced, okay, and after that day, there's one thing I have learned is to trust your pilots, trust your captains. So even that day, I'm telling you, we are here standing alive was only because of him. It was around winter time, and we took off from Delhi, and Srinagar is an hour 15 minutes from Delhi flying time. So we took off from Delhi, and the weather was terrible while landing in Srinagar, terrible. It was very, very bad. And while we were descending also, the aircraft was it was terrible, it was so bad. But somehow we landed, and the way we landed, we knew kuch to hua hai aircraft mein. It was hard karke, and my senior and I was and he's it's okay, koi nahi. And I'm okay, if something happens, captain will tell us, right? Yeah, so we already we fly every day, so we even slightest of a noise that we're not used to, we know something is not right. So even that day we knew kuch to hua hai. But then as soon as we opened the door, there's a whole engineering team and stuff outside. So they came inside, they started rectifying stuff and all of that, and then it was a delay of 5-10 minutes, but then we took off from Srinagar again, and captain didn't say anything, okay, nothing. Everything was fine. So we were okay, cool, if captain's saying it's nothing wrong, then why should we, be worried? And we all just wanted to go home. We just wanted to go home. We were so tired. And so we took off from Srinagar, everything was fine, no problem, nothing. And 5 minutes before landing, 5-10 minutes before landing, captain calls the senior. When you look at someone, you just know when something isn't right, okay? So I'm looking at his face and I'm kya hua? Kya hua? And he's just so okay, this is in case of any emergency or anything, like anything happens in the aircraft, so if it's prepared, like we know we're gonna so then captain briefs us in advance. Okay, so it's called a certain type of briefing that I'm not going to be telling you all here, that's only for us. But yes, captain basically briefs us before, so he's just like be prepared for anything, and I'm like, anything? What is anything? But he was like, be prepared for anything, and I'm like, and at that point I can't even get scared because like I have to think of my safety procedures, and I was like really new that time, not like I know anything now also, but yeah, that time I was like all panicking, you know, what am I supposed to do if we have to evacuate, and like, oh. And then my senior, this guy, if you know who you are, I have learned so much from this guy. He is the most, trust me, I've gone through so many emergency situations just with this guy. Like there's always something that happens on his flight, and he is so calm during this situation, like so calm, and like nothing's happening. He's like, it's okay, everything will be fine, and I'm just there but he's like, chill, relax. So there was this trust that I had on him. If he's saying it's okay, then it's okay, like kuch nahi hone wala, it's fine. So even he's like, don't worry, captain said this, then he called the crew at the back also, like this is gonna happen, so just sit and pray कि हम बच जाए. So our hydraulic system had failed, okay, and there was a leak in our hydraulic system. And if you don't know this, okay, so and if your hydraulics don't work in an aircraft, you can't turn your aircraft, your landing gears get affected. So captain told us that pray that the aircraft lands on the runway straight. Okay, so if it lands on the runway straight, I can't, you know, turn the aircraft, so it has to land and turn on its own, and then he can like stop the aircraft. Okay, and we sat for landing, and he's just like we have certain reviews and commands that we have to go through. So I am just sitting there holding my seat so tight, and he's just like, Martina, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm like, oh, if you're saying it's okay, it's okay. And he's like, don't worry. And we were just like, you know, continuously saying our commands and all of that. And like, if this happens, we'll do this, don't worry. And I am telling you, to our luck, we landed straight on the runway, like straight on the runway. And as soon as we touched down, everything went off. Okay, like everything just went off. And you can like, you know, feel the aircraft is just like going, like just moving on its own. Okay, and now our thing was we had to wait for the aircraft to turn. We had to pray that the aircraft turns from the runway. There is no runway ahead. So we were just there like, okay, it has to turn on its own now. And then to God's luck, our luck, I don't know, but the aircraft turned at one point, like slightly, and then like we could already see, you know, the fire brigade and ambulance and security and all of that. Like there were 2 and 3 of each of them, and they were all like rushing behind the aircraft. And as soon as the aircraft turned, captain like stopped the aircraft, but everything like went off nearly. So you have to tow the aircraft like till the parking bay. So they did that, pulled us all the way to the parking bay, and then everyone got off the aircraft, and everyone was fine because they didn't even know something had happened. They would have had a doubt obviously, but like, and then everyone got off the aircraft. And now you might think we're already so scared, might be a hectic day. We had to do Ranchi also after that. And then after everyone gets off the aircraft, the captain is like, "Khane mein kya hai?" And I'm like, But yeah, so that happened, and that's something I will always remember. That was like my first slightly scary emergency situation that happened. But then I learned a lot from that situation, and how to be prepared if something happens, how to be calm, especially in such situations. And even something that's happened after that, like I've learned so much from that situation that I knew how to handle the ones that have come later. So yes, trust your captains, listen to your crew. They are not there to serve you tea, coffee. They are there to let you jump off the aircraft before they do. So please listen and respect your captains and your crew, okay? So I hope you like this video, and I actually put up like a poll on Instagram asking which y'all would want to hear, like my emergency situation, or what was the other one? I don't remember. It was something else. Yeah, but a lot of people wanted to know why I'm still alive, how I survived, and why I'm still here. I always pray before every flight. I'm like, please, not today. But so things can happen at the most unexpected times, and just need to be so thankful for every day. And I really hope no one ever has to go through any situation like that. I know there are things that happen that are 10 times worse, obviously. We had good captains, we had good crew, and we are here. So that is my little story time on my emergency landing situation, and I hope you like it. And if y'all did, please subscribe and like, and maybe comment, maybe share. But please like and subscribe, and it will help me a lot in growing. And if y'all want to hear anything else, any other ideas that y'all have, y'all want to know about cabin crews or any situations or something that's happened to you, you can always leave a comment down. And you can also follow me on Instagram and for more updates and behind the scene drama. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for whoever's watched this video till the end. I love you.